Happy Sunday, everyone. So, my husband was craving some lamb chops, and you already know he's very spoiled. And so, today I'm making garlic butter lamb chop dinner. And this is what it looks like. It's so easy to make, so delicious. And I can't wait for at least one person to make this because it's so good. But first, let's get into the commercial. So I know a lot of guys out there are probably like, those bottles are just for girls. No, they're for everyone. My husband just got this beautiful blue one, so make sure you guys check them out. All the links are in my description box. So let's get into the recipe. This is the lamb rack that I'll be using. I got this from Sprouts, and it was already trimmed and everything. So all I had to do was wash it and, dry it and season it. All right, so I rinsed it up in some vinegar and water. I didn't have any lemons or limes, so I just did vinegar and water, and it was good to go. Of course, I'm gonna season it with Spicy Girl. If you have Spicy Girl, make sure you use it on all your meat and poultry and your veggies and your eggs, because it's really, really good. And then I'm gonna allow it to marinate for like 2 hours. Up to overnight is great, but mine's only did like 2 hours. And this is what it looks like, nice and pretty. Y'all know I don't like having y'all waiting, so we're just gonna keep rolling with the ball, okay? So now we're gonna make the rice. So to the rice, I'm gonna saute in butter, some scallions, some garlic, some golden raisins, yes, golden raisins, and some red bell peppers. And you wanna saute all of this down for about 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, you're going to season this up however you please. I'm using Spicy Girl once again. And you want to season it liberally because this is pretty much the only spice I'm using. After that, I'm now going to add my washed, uncooked rice, okay? A lot of times I know people ask me, was the rice cooked? No, it's uncooked rice, but I wash my rice. A lot of people don't, but I do. So now you're going to mix up your rice in that buttery, scallion, pepper, golden raisin, garlic goodness. Like, this rice, first of all, this rice, y'all, was just so good. I ran out of chicken stock in my house because I make my own, and so I had to buy this store-bought stuff, and it looked like water, but it's actually chicken broth. So I used chicken broth, and I'm also going to use some coconut milk. And all ingredient measurements will be in my description box, so make sure you guys check that out. All right, you guys, so you want to bring it to a simmer, cover it, and allow it to cook. So now let's move on to the cornbread muffins. This recipe is so easy to make. You can't mess it up. It's 1 cup flour, sugar, cornmeal. You want to add your salt and your baking powder. And then we're going to move on to the wet ingredients. And so now I'm going to add my eggs down in here just like this. And then I'm going to add coconut milk. I actually used the rest of the can of coconut milk that I used in the rice. You can use buttermilk. You can use milk. Use your preferred milk. But I used the rest of the coconut milk. I also added my butter. I'm going to mix it up. And then I'm just going to start pouring it up into my muffin tins. And that's it. You really want to mix this up really, really well, you guys. You want to get the eggs broken down, especially because of the way I do it. A lot of people separate it and do it separately. I put everything in one bowl, so make sure you mix it well. Oh, last minute I decided to add some cheddar cheese, but it's super optional, 100% optional. I just wanted it, so I added it. Mix this up, and now I'm going to show you what they look like. Now, for me, if you've been watching me for a while, y'all know I love me an ice cream scoop. I use the ice cream scoop for everything because I don't like mess. Speaking of mess, I wouldn't make mess when I'm trying to talk about mess, right? But yeah, I'm using the muffin tin. You don't have to put it in a regular pan. You're good to go. These are what they look like. I'm going to pop them into a 350-degree oven and let them cook. And then we're going to move on. Here I go again with the butter. I know y'all like, oh, this girl uses a lot of butter. Y'all, I don't like oil. I don't like oil. I like coconut oil, but I don't like vegetable oil on the vegetables. or canola oil on vegetables. I'm just not a fan of it. But I'm adding my peppers, garlic, scallions down in here, lots of it. While that's cooking, this is what the rice looks like. Remember the rice we cooked earlier in the video? Look how fluffy and delicious and colorful this looks. So good. So good. All right, back to the peppers. Now I'm going to season it with Spicy Girl. Yes, Spicy Girl again. And now I'm going to also use the It's Lit lemon pepper all over the peppers and the scallion and the garlic and the butter. And now I'm going to add all my green beans down in here. A lot of people cook their green beans differently. This is just my way and how I do it sometimes. It really doesn't matter. Just cook it and it'll be cooked, you know. So now I'm going to add a splash of the chicken broth down in here. Cover it and give it 10 minutes covered on simmer and let it cook. And that's pretty much it for the beans. These are what the cornbread look like. They're perfectly cooked, perfect color. They smell amazing, and that's also done. Oh my goodness, y'all. Look at the sauteed green beans and peppers and garlic and scallion and Spicy Girl and It's Lit lemon pepper and butter. Let's move on to the lamb, you guys. So now I'm gonna heat up my cast iron skillet. I added a little oil so that I can sear the lamb chops, and as soon as they hit the skillet, they smell so good. Now for me, I'm only cooking this for 90 seconds on high heat because I don't want my lamb overly cooked. It's gonna cook again. Now if you want yours cooked like dead cooked, I suggest maybe 3 to 4 minutes. Y'all, seriously, do not cook the lamb to death. Like, it's lamb. It's tender. It's cooked. You know, don't cook it for 100 minutes. All you need is a couple minutes on each side, high heat, hard sear, and you're good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to remove the lamb from the cast iron skillet, and now we're going to build the sauce, but I am going to get rid of all the oil out of the skillet. So if you have oil still, because I didn't use a lot, just get rid of it. Now I'm going to add the butter because this is garlic butter lamb. I'm going to add tons of garlic, like 8 cloves. This is DATS HOTT jerk marinade, mine, of course. Make sure you order up. And I'm going to use a full tablespoon of it down in here. Now this jerk goes a long way, you guys. It is spicy, it is well seasoned, and it's hot. Do not use a lot of it at a time, or use enough for your own tolerance. So I used a whole tablespoon. I used 2 tablespoons of honey and 2 tablespoons of chicken broth. You mix it up, and that's the sauce. Now when I say sauce, it's more so like a glaze because it's not gravy. You're not supposed to be swimming in it. Your lamb is not supposed to swim in it. You're just trying to give it a nice glaze to finish it off. And lastly, I decided to add a little salt. As you guys know, all of my products, they're low in sodium. Everything is low in sodium. The jerk is, has some sodium, but it's not salty. So make sure, like I said, taste as you go. You want the salt, add the salt. You don't want it, don't add it. So I put my lamb chops in as well as the juice that was accumulated in the bowl. And look how good this lamb looks, you guys. It was looking so good that my camera died. And now here we are on my cell phone, period. You think I wasn't going to catch that? I don't care if my camera died. Get that phone, honey. And you keep on recording. Okay. This is what the plate looks like, you guys. Like, oh my goodness. First of all, if you go to a restaurant and order this is at least, I think this is like $50 something dollars. But you can make this at home for $30. And you can make multiple plates at that. But this is what it looks like. This is the cornbread. I'm showing the cornbread some love. It's nice and fluffy. It's golden. It's flaky. It's delicious. It's slightly sweet. And it goes perfect with the entire dish. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had fun making, recording, and voiceovering this video today. I had a pretty long week, and I want to thank you guys so much for your support. And I'm sitting here promoting the jerk. I believe y'all sold me out, which y'all, I'm gonna have to go live. I think I'm going to go live and tell you and break down the tea to y'all probably tonight or tomorrow. But thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you on my next video. Love you guys. Have an amazing new week. Bye.